As the Allies prepared for the largest amphibious assault in history, the stakes couldn't be higher. In the spring of 1943, the war in North Africa was drawing to a close, but the Germans remained firmly entrenched in Italy and France, determined to defend their territories at all costs. With D-Day looming on the horizon, the Allies knew they had to deceive the enemy about their true intentions, or risk catastrophic losses on the beaches of Normandy. The Nazis had a reputation for being formidable opponents, and their intelligence network was notorious for its efficiency. To outsmart them, the Allies would need to concoct a plan so daring, so elaborate, that it would defy the odds and rewrite the course of history. In the midst of this high-stakes game of cat and mouse, a small team of British intelligence officers hatched a plan to deceive the Nazis about the location of the Allied invasion. They drew inspiration from a 1939 novel, The Man Who Was Thursday, which featured a fictional plot to deceive the enemy by planting fake documents on a corpse. The idea seemed far-fetched, but the officers were desperate for a solution. They knew that if they could convincingly fake the identity of the invasion site, they might just be able to save thousands of lives and secure a crucial foothold on the continent. As the Allies continued to build up their forces in preparation for D-Day, the pressure mounted to create an effective deception plan. With the fate of Europe hanging in the balance, the stakes couldn't be higher. The team of British intelligence officers, led by Lieutenant Commander Ewan Montague and Flight Lieutenant Charles Chumley, set out to create an audacious scheme that would deceive even the most skeptical of German commanders. As the Allies scrambled to devise a plan, they turned to a rather unconventional tool, a combination of advanced naval technology and an ingenious use of cadavers. The plan, codenamed Operation Mincemeat, relied on the fact that the British Navy had developed a way to transport bodies across the English Channel without significant decay. This was crucial, as the team needed a body that would appear to have been a victim of a plane crash, complete with authentic-looking injuries and a convincing backstory. The Royal Navy's advanced preservation techniques, which involved using dry ice to slow down decomposition, made it possible to keep the body in a lifelike state for an extended period. This was a critical factor, as the team had to ensure that the body would remain intact long enough to be discovered by the Germans, who would then unwittingly fall into the trap. The use of dry ice, a cutting-edge technology at the time, allowed the team to maintain the illusion of a recently deceased individual, complete with a fake identity and a set of fabricated documents. With this innovative approach, the team was confident that they could create a convincing ruse that would deceive even the most discerning German intelligence officers. The challenge now was to find the perfect body to play the role of the fictitious Royal Marine officer, Major William Martin. To understand the significance of dry ice in Operation Mincemeat, it's essential to delve into the science behind this innovative technology. Dry ice, the solid form of carbon dioxide, was a relatively new discovery in the early 20th century. Its unique properties made it an ideal solution for preserving perishable items, such as food and, in this case, human remains. When dry ice is exposed to air, it sublimates or changes directly from a solid to a gas, without going through the liquid phase. This process absorbs heat from the surrounding environment, effectively cooling the area around it. In the context of Operation Mincemeat, the British Navy utilized dry ice to slow down the decomposition process of the body. By packing dry ice around the corpse, the team was able to maintain a consistently low temperature, thereby reducing the rate of decay. This allowed them to keep the body in a lifelike state for an extended period, making it more convincing to the German authorities. The use of dry ice also enabled the team to create a realistic scenario, complete with a fake plane crash and a body that appeared to have been recently deceased. The innovative application of dry ice in Operation Mincemeat highlights the resourcefulness and ingenuity of the British intelligence officers. By leveraging cutting-edge technology, they were able to create a sophisticated deception that would ultimately play a significant role in the success of the Allied invasion. As you consider the complexities of this operation, it's striking to think about the impact that a single technology, like dry ice, can have on the outcome of a war. The clever use of this technology was a testament to the British ability to think outside the box and push the boundaries of what was thought possible. Let's examine a specific example of how Operation Mincemeat played out in the field, and how the Germans responded to the deception. On April 30, 1943, the British submarine HMS Seraph surfaced off the coast of Spain, near the town of Huelva. From the submarine, the body of GLNDWR Michael, dressed in a Royal Marine uniform and carrying fake identification as Major William Martin, was slipped into the water. A few hours later, Spanish fishermen stumbled upon the body and brought it ashore. The local authorities were notified, and the body was taken to the morgue, where it was examined by Spanish pathologists. The dry ice used to preserve the body had done its job well, as the pathologists reported that the body appeared to have been dead for only a short time. Meanwhile, the fake documents and letters on the body, including a letter from Lord Louis Mountbatten, were turned over to the German authorities in Spain. The Germans were completely taken in by the deception, and soon the news of the fake invasion plans was on its way to Berlin. Adolf Hitler and the German High Command were convinced that the Allies were planning to invade Greece and Sardinia, rather than Sicily. This misdirection would prove to be a crucial factor in the success of the Allied invasion of Sicily, which took place just a few months later. The impact of Operation Mincemeat was nothing short of remarkable. By convincing the Germans that the Allies were planning to invade Greece and Sardinia, the British were able to divert significant enemy resources away from the true invasion site in Sicily. This deception gave the Allies a crucial strategic advantage, allowing them to gain a foothold on the island with relative ease. On July 10, 1943, the Allies launched Operation Husky, the invasion of Sicily, with a massive force of over 160,000 troops. Meanwhile, German forces were busy fortifying the Greek and Sardinian coastlines, preparing for an invasion that would never come. The success of Operation Mincemeat can be measured in the numbers. Allied casualties during the invasion of Sicily were significantly lower than expected, with estimates suggesting that the deception saved thousands of lives. Furthermore, the invasion of Sicily marked a major turning point in the war, paving the way for the eventual invasion of Italy and the beginning of the end of Axis control in the Mediterranean. As you consider the intricacies of Operation Mincemeat, it's clear that this daring deception played a pivotal role in shaping the course of the war. The masterful use of disinformation and deception had given the Allies a crucial edge, one that would have far-reaching consequences for the outcome of the conflict. In the end, Operation Mincemeat stands as a testament to the power of creative deception in the pursuit of strategic advantage. The operation's success was a direct result of the meticulous planning and execution by the Allies, who carefully crafted a web of lies that the Germans were unable to untangle. By the time the truth became clear, the damage had already been done, the Allies had gained a foothold in Sicily, and the momentum of the war had irreversibly shifted in their favor. The impact of Operation Mincemeat can be seen in the wider context of the war, as the Allies continued to refine and perfect their use of deception and disinformation. From the phantom army that fooled the Germans in the lead-up to D-Day, to the elaborate deceptions that accompanied the invasion of Normandy, the legacy of Operation Mincemeat can be seen in the many successes that followed. Today, as we look back on the daring deception that fooled the